Good morning, everyone. This is the Fellowship of Spirit Zoom meeting coming to you from Farmington, New Mexico. It is May 14th, Mother's Day, Sunday, and it is a beautiful day here in San Juan County. We have, half sky, the skies are half cloudy and half sunshiny. It just makes for a beautiful day. And we have an exciting program for you today. We have Jenny is going to read a reading for us. Fred Brown is going to play music, and our own Reverend Dr. George Harris has got a message for us, and the message is about the Divine Mother. Is that correct, George? Yeah, and he came all the way up from Albuquerque to do this in person, and we are just really delighted that he's with us.
Thank you, George.
Yeah. So, I don't know, Jerry's not here. Does anyone have any announcements they'd like to make at the beginning? We are having a seminar coming up that's going to be on intuition by our own lady that is
Miss Breeze.
Breeze.
The Breeze. May I sit and give people information now?
If you want to, sure.
Yeah, that'd be a great
We
opportunity.
usually have announcements at the beginning and at the end.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, I made it. The hard part's over. I got here from Aztec. Hi, Shay. I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to everybody. And I am going to be doing my intuition workshop on Saturday, June 17th.
June 17th.
Yes, and it's all day, and it's not on Zoom, it's in person. And it'll be from 10:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. And what we cover in the workshop is the different ways to access intuition, and then how to apply them in your daily life with the benefits of synchronicity and telepathy. I've taught this a couple of different times, and it's a fun, enjoyable class. It's validating for what you already are doing in regards to intuiting your life. And then we also do visualizations and guided meditations and a media board, a vision board. So that's what I'm offering, and it's $60. And of course, I'll make a contribution to the church and to the centers. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
we're looking forward to it. We will continue to remind people about that. We still have a month or so to go. So
Yes.
we will keep people advised so that they can make plans to do.
Right,
come.
it's
Sure.
out on Constant Comment, and it's out on the newsletter.
Right.
And if you have any questions afterwards, or you want to register for it, I'll be here.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Sounds great.
Okay, I can leave now, right?
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Thank you very much.
Any seat you want.
Blessings, everyone. Thank you.
I would
There's
suggest
cupcakes out
you
there.
that you sit on a red place.
A red place? Okay, I think I'm gonna sit over here. This is where
That's
we
good.
always sat, in the
That's
third row on the left side.
Okay.
It's tradition.
Yeah, we all stake out our territory, don't we? Anyway, all right, so we have the announcements out of the way, and I think we'll open with an opening prayer. We thank you, Mother, Father God, for this day, for this fellowship, for this beautiful building that we have, for the people who are the caretakers and the people who take care of the daily activities. We thank you for these people. We thank you for all of our speakers who take time out of their lives to arrange and to put together programs for us to learn, to grow, and to communicate with each other, and teaching us how to communicate with the divine. We thank you for all of our musicians who come and add musical vibrations to our activities, and we thank you for all of them. We ask that you would bless us and guide us on the best way to all of our endeavors. Amen. So, okay. Let me see, what do we got? I probably should look at our
A song that,
our
yeah.
agenda. Yeah, so you gotta let
This
it
is
be.
Beatles stage, dude.
No.
No.
You know what? I'm just really not surprised.
Hey, once a year.
Yeah, there you go. Here is Fred Brown with Let It Be.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. There's nothing you can make that can't be made. Nothing you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. There's nothing you know that can't be known. There's nothing you can see that can't be shown. Know where you can be that isn't where you were meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need.
All right, thank you, Fred.
The hippie version.
All right, I'm gonna do this a little wacky. That the audio seems to be jumping.
The video.
Well, it says it's the audio keeps reassigning. I don't know. So you'll have a little break. We'll do the reflective moment in the spiritual, and then you can do the other one, and then we'll do the spiritual reading, and then that'll do a little break in between, because I messed up the sequence here.
Did you?
Nobody's surprised about that either. So, okay.
It's
So,
always good.
follow me with our reflective moment. Love produces a flow of energy that I now feel. I love others more than ever, and I feel privileged to be here. Love flows from one person to another and pure holiness, and so it is. All right. So now you can do Let It Be.
There was I don't know if he's on 60 Minutes or they're keeps moving on us. But Michael J. Fox just did a couple of interviews. I think that he said that really stuck out. he's been battling for years with Parkinson's, working through it as much as he can. And he's finally retiring. But one of the things he said is optimism can be maintained through a daily sense of gratitude. Because the question always comes back to, you know, what keeps you going? What keeps you going? Why did you stay in the fight? You know, and through his working really hard at raising awareness for the condition, he's raised a lot of money and helped advance the research. So it's very powerful when you see somebody continue the fight and continue to try and have such a great attitude. So it's something that I, today when I was coming over here, the radio was putting on the news and I was listening to the news and I went from a really good mood to a really bipolar moment. And then it just flashed in my head, him sitting there saying, optimism is sustained through a daily sense of gratitude. And I said, okay, now let's go play some music.
Right. I've always said that if I'm not looking at whatever the situation is through the lens of gratitude and thankfulness, it has me, I don't have it.
There you go. Find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. She says, let it be. In my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. She says, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whispers words of wisdom, says, let it be. When the broken hearted people living in this world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see, that there will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music, and Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. She says, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
All right. Thank you, Fred.
You're welcome.
You know, it occurred to me that, you know, the world at large really, I don't think that they appreciate the spiritual nature of a lot of the Beatles songs. But we do here. We recognize that a lot of the messages and a lot of the songs are deeply spiritual in nature. So anyway, thank you for bringing them to us. So, all right. It is now time for our spiritual reading by Jenny.
So this is one of the reasons that I love being in this group. It's because
You
things
are
just,
muted.
no, I'm not.
Mm.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
There we go. The connection had gotten bad.
Oh, okay. Are we okay now?
Problem was
All right.
on our area, on our end, and we have now corrected it. Go ahead.
Okay. One of the things that I love about being a part of this group is how things fit together like a puzzle piece. So this reading goes so well with the first song. It's called The Grand Experiment. It's by Cassie Primo Steele, and it goes like this. What if love really were enough? If somehow this were the last grand experiment conducted by the world-renowned scientist herself, Madame Love? What if she gave her own life testing the tiny patterns only she has been trained to see? What if she were in the internet and popped up like an ad to get your data, but instead she stole your heart? And you put down the phone, closed the laptop, and cried. Yet when that happens, you know your heart has been hacked by the world's greatest girl coder, and the fire you feel when another day is just another day and stuff is still real and real messy, and no amount of deep cleaning and Marie Kondoing will make it go away. Love is there too, stoking the fire with you. She makes a great fire. She says, throw it all in, the hunger and fear, the anger and injustice, the compassion and grief, the need to do something, anything, now that your compulsion to flee, shop, run has been taken from you. And the bonfire is great, and the flames can be seen from outer space. But even more importantly, they can be seen right here and here and here and here. And so it is.
Thank you, Jenny.
You're welcome.
Okay, yesterday.
No, yesterday's.
No, yesterday, something else. Okay. Bad press.
Here Comes the Sun sounds like a better choice.
There we go. Here it comes.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I'll say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long and cold winter. Little darling, it feels like years since we've been here. Oh, here comes the sun, and I'll say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles return into their faces. Little darling, it's been since years since we've been here. alright. I said, son, 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 here it comes. Son, 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 here it comes. Son, 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 here it comes. Sorry,
Thank you, Fred.
almost cracked my knees there.
Don't do that.
I know.
We're gonna need it again here. in a
At least
little
one more song or two,
Yeah.
right?
Anyway, as we talked about earlier, today is Mother's Day. It is the day that we pay homage and honor all mothers. And we thank all of you in the sanctuary here and out in Zoom land. If you are a mother today, we appreciate all of your love and your efforts and everything that you do and everything that you are from Fellowship of Spirit. Thank you for being a mother. How about that? All right.
Yeah.
So today we are honored to have Reverend Dr. Is it Reverend Doctor or Dr. Reverend? Reverend Dr. George Harris. We all know him so well. He was our minister for Fellowship of Spirit for 7 years, and until COVID reared its ugly head and made us go underground. And but he is now with us occasionally. He's had some health challenges that he has overcome greatly, and he is with us today here in the sanctuary. And I can tell you, he is just beaming with the energy that he'd been using to fight his challenges. He has just really recovered a lot. And I can tell you for sure, in a moment, you're going to see him with your own eyes, and you could probably agree with me. But George has so many credentials that it would take the rest of the time just to list them. He's a master metaphysician and a wonderful speaker. Let us welcome Dr. George Harris, Reverend Dr. George Harris.
Wow, I'm supposed to come up and follow that?
That was just the introduction.
Yeah.
Now you gotta live up to it.
Okay. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, George.
In the love and light of the Creator, I welcome you all here, and I give all glory to God in this moment. And I must say that I'm so grateful to be here for a number of reasons. The main one is I get to wear my dress-up suit for the first time since I left this church. My clothes have been in.
Could we get you to sit down so we could have you on Zoom also?
Yeah, I just wanted to stand and say the introductory.
That's okay. There we go.
Okay. So as Ron said, I also thank you and welcome all the women that are here, mothers and non-mothers, all the women. Feminine energy is still there. And it's, so I'm going to talk today, start from the basic and going to the divine. So what exactly is mother? What does that energy stand for? What about Mary, the mother of Jesus that we've heard so much about? Or what about Mary Magdalene, the other important Mary that I'm going to talk about later? But to begin, when we look at the definition of mother, it means a female parent and a woman in authority. Did you see your mothers that way? Mother has so many feelings and emotions around it. And there's a difference between the two. Feelings are those from love, emotions are those from fear. We know that we are carried in the womb of the mother, and therefore we are born from the mother. And for those of you that are mothers, you know the feeling you have for your child or your children, having carried them inside of you for 9 months. No matter what your relationship to your mother is, there's still an emotional attachment to it, an emotional connection. You hear that word and it brings up something. Our mother was the one that held us, took care of us, kissed our hurts, protected us from dangers. Our mothers may have also hurt us or abused us, but the feeling of love and connection was still there. We asked for permission from our mother for things we wanted to do in our life. So do you remember that game we played as a child, Mother May I? You had to kind of keep moving forward. You had to get permission from the person in charge to take steps forward so that we could come to the front. And then when you get to the front, you touch the person who takes their place. Kind of the way it is in life too. To be the new leader, we have to take steps forward and claim our space. So what does this work and our role as spiritual beings on this planet and our deeper relationship to Mother, because it is so much deeper. As I said earlier, there's still this emotional attachment to Mother, no matter what the relationship is. And I believe that is because there's a deeper, stronger, more love-filled relationship to the original Mother, the Mother of us all, as something that we're simply connected to and deeply connected to inside of ourselves when we feel it. And it starts with Mother, Father, God. We're familiar with that term. The phrase stands for the masculine and feminine principles of being. And I've talked so much about being here, how to be that in your life. So to be the masculine and feminine principles is included in the first cause or the first thought, which is the creator of all things, which is God, our universal parent, mind and spirit. Jesus would often be told when he was speaking that his mother and the brethren had wanted to speak to him, and he would say unto them, "Who is my mother? Who is my brethren?" And then he answered the question by saying that whoever does the will of God is my mother, my father, my sister, my brother. And what he meant was that by this was that anyone who lived in harmony with the truth, the greater truth, automatically became his brother, sister, father, and the mother of all. This speaks to us of the unity and the brotherhood of man, the oneness that we all are connected to. God is the beginning, the androgynous principle, the father and mother of all. And as our earthly parents symbolize this heavenly parentage, or should. And is that the whole truth? Just that part right there? No. Jesus knew the unity of all, and he taught that love must be universal before it can reach its spirituality. That love is the only thing there is in this world. Therefore, all who live in this truth of love are brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers in it, as we are for each other, as I am for you, whether we're here or not. We know this from our creation from God, that we have the masculine and feminine principle within us, all of us, both of us, just as God does. As I said, it's the masculine androgynous, but the masculine feminine energy. And as I said, male and female, you all are one. There's no separation in that unless you cause it to be. But then to acknowledge Mother for this day and fathers on another day is to look at the feminine principle. It's a principle. And what does it mean? Metaphysically feminine means the universal medium or soul. And I really want you to get the following comments that I'm going to say because they're so important. Feminine means the universal medium or soul, which has been called the womb of nature and the Holy Mother. So that the mother, the female, is holding something important in her body, in her life. Because she is receptive to spirit, impregnated with divine ideas. She gives birth to the ideas of the spirit and is therefore the feminine principle, meaning she gives birth to not only another soul, but to the ideas of the Creator. That's pretty huge. It means all of God, the feminine principle, all of God. That is who you are, women. And I really want you to take it in as I go deeper with this. Therefore, the female parent mind is God and the one who brings forth. For instance, Mother Mary was impregnated and receptive with the divine idea of God through the Son called Jesus. She gave birth to the idea of the Spirit through the form of Jesus. This means that our mothers, living in their feminine principle, are always open to the truth of the divine ideas coming to them from God, the ultimate parent. And what are these truths? What are these divine ideas? Well, as I said, the main one is about love, only love. Jesus endeavors to this day to help the souls who no longer believe in God and their old identity. The work is still going on. The teachings of the Ascended Masters contain truths to help pull you out of any darkness that you're in and shine the light and wake you up out of the spiritual slumber that you've been in for thousands of years. They are meant to assist you in the restoration of the consciousness of your divinity and the restoration of all the spiritual gifts lying dormant within the deep recesses of your heart. Did you understand that? That these truths are there, ready for birth. You've allowed to dwindle to nothing. So this is called the I Am presence. It is your soul. It is your connection to God. Every one of us, male and female, have it, but the feminine principle has it even more. And I want to talk about that now. The I Am presence is a resonance, a vibration inside of you and from the heart and the soul. And it actually is something that vibrates. We can feel it in our body if we're awake to it. You will feel it very powerfully in the heart and the throat area. And it's getting to the point in our life now where our communication is not just from the throat, it has to start from the heart. And then we communicate it through the heart, throat. And when you feel it, it activates your I Am presence in the choices that you will make in your life. You get to make choices based upon how you're feeling and your connection. When you use your power and your desires to make a choice, clear and simple, the I Am is involved. The I Am is the Word of God. I was at a concert with Ricky Byers, who's Michael Beckwith's ex-wife. She's a great singer, accompanist. She wrote a song about I Am. I am in the I Am kingdom. I was in the I Am kingdom. I am in the I Am kingdom. I will be in the I Am kingdom. I am in the I Am kingdom. I am. Beautiful words. So when you make a choice clear and simple, the I Am is there. When there are no doubts or fears or hesitation about that choice, you move forward with it. If no issues will arise to obstruct the choice being brought forth, and you will have completely clear energy. When you choose in total clarity and there's no separation present, then the I Am is activated and completely free to express itself. And how do we want to express ourselves? Through love, through oneness, through gratitude, through all the truths that are there. You guys understand what I'm saying? How free you are to state the truths inside, especially women. There are 4 lady masters who help govern the healing activities on earth, and they understand what this means. We are so used to connecting to Father God, being run by the patriarchal church and other aspects of the patriarchal attitude, that women inherently don't have a feminine force helping them. But there are 4 that I want to talk briefly about. First of all is the mother of Jesus, or Sananda, and Sananda is his ascended master name. Then there's Lady Nada, who's the beloved twin flame of Jesus. The twin flame means one half of one soul. So if she's the twin flame of spirit of Jesus, her actual other name that you may know is Mary Magdalene. She was Jesus's partner and divine feminine principle and a disciple with the rest of them. Most people don't understand that, but they were together as a couple spiritually. She and disciple John started the feminine aspect of Jesus' teachings called the beloved community. And so they took Jesus' words on the feminine side, which was a lot there, while Peter was off with the rest of them. They started this, and it's gone underground in different organizations, but it's still alive today in the work that I do and my teacher. The other 2 lady masters are Meta, the daughter of Sanat Kumara, who is the planetary Christ, or the one that holds the energy over the whole planet of Earth. And then there's Kuan Yin, who is the goddess of compassion. She's chosen to be here to work with compassion for everybody until everybody gets it. So, the feminine energy has been mistreated over all of time since that time. Men have put themselves in charge and have, from the masculine ego aspect, continued to find fault with the feminine aspects by making comments such as, oh, you can't understand women, they're too emotional, they change their mind, they're weak, and all aspects of life have treated them as second class. And women, out of fear over all the eons of time, have put up with it. And yes, it means to the men that we've done that in past lives, and it's still going on. It is something that needs to change. Across off of it. Okay, metaphysically, as I said, feminine means the universal medium or soul, the wound. There's always something being born in women, something very important in her, because she's receptive spirit and impregnated with divine ideas. No wonder women are confused at times, because they feel inside of themselves, they are very feeling beings. They feel something important but can't explain it as men would like them to, since they come from the logical mind most of the time. What do you mean? How can I do? What can I help? What can I, rather than listening or supporting. They are feeling everything of God's ideas, and there's no logical meaning. So God's ideas have all of this energy of love and feeling inside that women feel in the moment, but can't explain all the time as they would like to. There's no logical meaning to them, and they can bounce back and forth. They feel one thing and then they feel another, because God's feelings are moving around all the time. So women, you were created to be the representative of the first cause of God. You were created to be the divine principle of mother in God. Do you know that? Do you feel that? In other words, you are representing all of life, represented through God, the source. Whether you have children or not, the feminine is always creating the ideas of source. It's always creating. Every moment, think about that, ladies, that what I'm talking about, how the feelings come up, how the thoughts change, you're feeling one way, then another. And we don't understand that as men. So I ask the mothers and the women, how many of you are willing to put yourself in that position now as the divine Holy Mother, as the divine principle? Any of you? How would it be in our lives if our parents knew that they were here to symbolize the heavenly parentage of Father, Mother, God? How then would each mother and father relate to their child, knowing that they came from God, from the first cause, and knowing that they were all divine, and that their personal role as parents, therefore, was to live in the holy truth and divine love? If all of us, holy truth and divine love, and to live that through the divine feminine, we have forgotten that truth, because we're living in the 3D world of ego, fear, separation. And our task right now, beloveds, is to get back to the deeper truth. And that truth is, we all are divine beings, and that is our work, to remember it, to live it, to teach it. I am as God created me, to remember that. And as parents, to step into the earthly role of our Heavenly Father, Mother, God, and to live this higher truth every moment of the day. So, let's talk more about the physical representation of that idea. Who was Mother Mary? I want you to listen to this part. The Metaphysical Dictionary defines Mary as the feminine, the soul, the affectional or feeling and emotional phase of man's being. So right there it says the feeling and emotional phase. That's what women have more of than men. Both when bound, meaning being held back, when women and men hold it back, and limited by thought, and also when we free it up in an exalted state and we accept the truth of who we are, and women start accepting the truth of who they are, life will be much better. She also signifies the divine motherhood of love, and also is said to be intuition, which is a big thing in women. Mary, the mother of Jesus, represents the soul that magnifies the Lord daily in the temple, and through its devotions prepares itself for the higher life. That's who Mary Magdalene was, as the partner of Jesus and as one of the disciples. Who was the first one to go to the cave 3 days after the crucifixion? She was. Also, they talk about the wedding at Cana, and there was actually Jesus and Mary getting married. So through its devotions, you prepare yourself for a higher life. And think about it, were you able to totally immerse your heart and body in Mother Mary's love? Were you able to open your heart in front of your brothers and sisters? Think about that, beloveds, if we started doing that more often. Open our heart up in front of everybody and let us be seen for who we are. It would become an aspect of the higher truths, and as they say these truths, I want you women to really receive and acknowledge the higher truth of who you are, the feminine aspect of spirit. And as Mary taught us, Jesus, the perfected man manifestation, is conceived in the intuitive or soul nature and molded into substances, which means that every child comes into being that way, once connected to God. And the only problem is that because of our ego world that we live in, we forget that. And somewhere down the road, we all start buying into the fears and forget the truth of who we were as a child. So each of us is the coming of the Christ body into form and activity. And it's the result of an exalted idea sowed in the mind and nurtured by the soul of Mary and the mother. The thought comes, there's a connection to it, it's sown in the mind, it's matured by the soul, and then it is born. Think of how life would begin for every child if we as a society practiced this belief. The soul of the mother is devout and expectant. The mothers are devout and expectant. If they believe in the so-called miraculous as a possibility, they know 9 months later they're giving birth to the soul. Basically speaking, each time a birth takes place, the soul, as an exalted idea, wants to come into physical form. It's choosing its parents, it's ready to come back in. It wants to experience the magnificence of life on this planet. And so it says, what? Mother, may I? And the soul of the mother who believes in the miraculous possibility, without even knowing, first of all, who it is or what, says yes, on some level, either consciously or unconsciously. And then they expect a child of God, to be born in her. What a wondrous, miraculous event just occurred when that happens. And it is always occurring every time a woman gives birth to another soul. So women, you have an important position here as the feminine principle. It is time to claim it more, as set forth by Mother Mary and the other women of that time. And I wish to tell you that if you can see the masculine and feminine energies in this light that I'm talking about, the masculine is for holding the vision, the purpose of the relationship, so that the woman or the feminine principle can surrender into the masculine vision as she trusts and surrenders. She opens up her heart, which holds the divine love, the feminine principle. And then the male masculine principle can surrender into the heart of love. So what I've known this to be true before, it's like priming the pump. You want to give love to the woman so her love comes out even stronger than the man's, and he can surrender into the love if he's willing to do that. But that would be him opening up to his divine masculine. So that would be completing the circle. And therefore God is at the center of that relationship, and everything that happens within that relationship comes from God. Have any of you experienced that in your relationships with your spouse? That's not exactly how most of them are held these days. So, but it's more deeply expression, spiritual expression, one that I'm holding the vision for myself and for our society, for helping couples attain that deeper Christed relationship. And so, in the meantime, I want you to celebrate your mothers. I want you to celebrate being a mother, for taking on that role for Mother Mary, because it is a huge role that you've agreed to. And she's saying, I do, to the precious spiritual soul, to be the vessel, for the coming of the Christ body into form and activity by the result of the idea. So, and this is not just for women who are mothers, but for all women, because the energy is still the same. You give birth to ideas all the time from God. So I want you to celebrate, I want you to enjoy, I want you to be blessed and be the divine being that you are as the feminine principle. So I read this short poem. Mother of us all, prays to free us from our image of perfection, to which so much suffering clings. When in the shadowy mind we imagine ourselves imperfectly praying to be freed from gravity by enlightenment, she refines our prayers. Putting her arms around us, she bids us rest our head on her shoulder, whispering, don't you know, with all your fear and anger, that all you're fit for is love? Namaste.
All right. All right.
Thanks.
Does anyone have anything that they would like to share with George?
Beautiful, very beautiful.
Beautiful, she said.
Beautiful, I said, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I have fun putting this together, and as part of, one of the things I'm supposed to be here is to help define the divine feminine more, and getting more understanding of what that means, and what it's gonna mean when we get to divine masculine. And wonderful things can happen when that occurs.
We appreciate the reminder of it.
Yeah.
Helping us remember it.
Well, thank you, George, for driving up here and sharing your love and who you are with us. Thank you very much. Always has good stuff to say. George does. Always helpful. Okay, now we're gonna have another song by Brother Fred, and I have no idea what it's gonna be. It's a mystery song to me. But,
Mystery song?
It's a mystery song to me, until I start hearing it.
Then you know what it is.
It's gonna be good, I know that. That's all I know.
The binder says imagine.
Yeah, I'll do that song.
Oh,
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religions too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. No, I hope someday you will join me, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. Oh no. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A family of men. Imagine all the people, yeah, sharing all the world.
Thank you, Freya. Thank you so much. Always does a good job. Okay. Does anyone have anything that they would like to offer up? Okay, well, we're going to pass the basket now, and Bill's coming to get it. We're going to share our abundance.
Remember our potluck, our solstice celebration on Tuesday, June 20th.
Tuesday, June 20th.
At Kiwanis Park. Dog Park.
Kiwanis Park. So, let us hold over our hearts that which we intend to contribute and say, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive through infinity. I am prosperous.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks like they're here to stay. Oh, I believe yesterday. Suddenly, I'm just half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, I believe yesterday. That's it.
All right.
First
Thank you,
verse.
Fred. It's a little accompaniment to our activities, sharing our abundance with one another. If, today, one of the aspects of mothers is that they give love. There's just giving birth is an act of giving love, and then they are in charge of giving love throughout most of their whole life. And so today, I want to tell you that I'm not a mother, but I want to tell you that I love you, and I ask that you would go out sometime during the day, during this week, and just tell someone you love them. It's an act that will come back to you many times over and will enrich your life as you enrich others.
Everyone has a feminine side.
Absolutely, absolutely.
There's a mother in all of us.
There's a little mother in all of us. So, okay. So now we have Brother Bill Clark is going to give us some closing words.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Bill.
A kind response. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Plato. Things are rarely what they seem. Often we can diffuse a tense situation by listening to the other, asking questions, and exploring from where the tension may be coming from. In passing moments, when we haven't had the time to discover those details, kindness is still a wise response. Not a passive rolling over or giving in. The kind word in the face of an uncomfortable interaction comes from a place of strength. It alters the atmosphere and disarms most attacks. This week, hold in those thoughts. I will watch for the opportunity to practice kindness in difficult encounters. Bless you and have a great week.
Thank you, Bill. I had a friend whenever I first got here, and she taught me that whenever I'm interacting with people that I didn't know how to speak. I was always offending people, and I was, I didn't know, I wasn't very socialized, and they were helping me to learn how to socialize with people. They told me, well, think to yourself before you speak, is it truthful? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And if you pass all three of those, then you can go ahead and speak and have with no fear. So that goes right along with what Bill was saying and what George was saying also. So thank you very much. Well, okay, the time has come for us to close. So let us circle up. Over here, George. Yeah. We don't have Steve's thing, so I'm gonna turn this around. We still got audio, video. Hi, Sue. How you doing?
Good for you.
I'm good.
Talk later.
Get us out, Fred.
1, 2, 3. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together in unity, and yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, family all are we. So let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
And God bless you and keep on until we meet again.
I'd like to do the closing.
Namaste.
Rod?
That didn't shake you.
I don't know about our
What?
harmony, but.
He wants to do the closing.
Let's do the closing.
Go
Well, I
ahead,
wanted to run
enthusiast.
it through.
Exactly.
Okay, George is gonna do a closing.
Okay.
So what I always used to do when I was here, something wonderful is happening to me today.
Something wonderful is happening to me today.
This thing called love.
It is this thing called
Love
love.
is in my mind,
Love is in my
love
mind.
is in my heart,
Love is in my heart.
love is in my affairs.
Love is in my
I
affairs.
receive it,
I receive it.
share it,
And
share it.
thank you, love.
Thank you.
Love.
Amen.
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 That's nice.
All right. Well, that concludes our service today. We hope that, have a great week and come and see us next week.
Well expressed.
Until then, have a good week. Bye-bye.
So,